I'm just thrilled to be on the Undergrothe. Finally made it. I've been waiting for ages for the call, Eric, so thanks very much.
We've had a couple of opportunities, but things have gone wrong or whatever, but no, it's great to have you, mate. So how's things? What's been happening?
Mate, I've just had a major surgery, 6 weeks actually. I had arthritis. I didn't think I'd ever get that in life, but I'm 52 next week, and I've tried everything last year regards pain level, mate. It was absolutely out of control.
That's in your ankle, isn't it?
And nothing. Yeah, ankle, mate. The man. When we all come on playing footy, mate, they put you in for a quick scope and take a bit of cartilage here and there, and you go and needle and play the next week. Whereas these days, mate, they have 3 to 5 weeks off. I just felt I couldn't let anyone down, so I just used to keep playing, mate. And by the time I got the operation, the guy just could not. He goes, "No wonder you're in pain." My ankle was just absolutely horrible, bone on bone, sitting at 40 degree angle where it should be sitting at 90. So next time I go through I've got a cast on for another 6 weeks, Guru, and I'm pretty sure when I go through the airport, it's going to I'll get pulled up for the amount of metal I got in my ankle at the moment.
So how many you got in there? How many spikes?
He said six screws. And they're 7 mil wide, so I've got a size 15 foot, mate. So I wish you could have taken a couple of inches off the foot and put it somewhere else.
Are you size 15 foot, Spud?
Yeah, Junior. It's the worst thing about having. I've never been into a shop and bought a pair of shoes off the shelf. I go in there and I go, "What's your biggest size?" And they come back 12, 13. I just walk out. But, buy all online, mate. You got to go online, but these days, bigshoes.com. Mate, they got the size 18 out of them. There's about 100 pairs to choose from, so it's very good.
I remember Chief Harragon telling a story when he first met you, when you first became roomies. He said he couldn't believe the size of your feet, like big paddle pops.
Well, mate, the thing is, look at my feet. Talking about paddle pops. John Hopewadi used to call my big paddle pop, and my other toes look like chicken chippies. I don't know why he keeps in the other same.
I remember looking at your second toe, Spud. Your second toe that was just at a right angle. I remember looking at it when you had thongs on one day. I was thinking,
yeah, mate, it's a good look, isn't it? It's a good look.
It looks sore.
But my kids hate me. My daughter, Josh has got size 14 feet, and he's built like a pretzel. And my Indiana, she's 21. She's got size 11 ladies. So, mate, it's not very good when it sounds. Instead of usually when you come out head first, I come out foot first, and they drag me feet out first.
So you can't wear high heels. It wouldn't look good.
I don't want to, mate. Not like you. I know you like doing it, mate. So you're coming out, are you? Coming out?
Only on the weekend.
Hey, Spud, are you playing guitar still, Spud?
Mate, I haven't played for so long, dude. When I got a gym in town, and every birthday that comes in, I've got an old guitar there. Actually, I just bought a new little Fender, cheapy, but mate, it sounds great. I just do my own rendition of Happy Birthday. I do a slow mode, then I go into a bit of a rock and roll mode. But everyone just can't wait to get sung Happy Birthday by Spud Sim.
Where are you living, Spud?
Well, I live in they call it God's country, but it's a place called Bayview.
I'll settle
down. I'll tell you what, I do a lot of driving, mate. Seriously, I'm in the car every day, 35 minutes each way, but no, it's okay. It's a good time to think when you're driving. I like playing decent music, and next thing I blink, I'm home, so that's okay.
You're looking fit. I see you training people at your gym, mate. It's on fire. It's always full, eh? It's a bloody. You got a good little clientele going there.
Yeah, it's good, mate. I've just, like I said, I've been 14 years this year. Since I started, I just think I haven't lost that many people. We do train quite intense. But the main thing is you got to have a bit of fun with your training. If anyone out there listening, mate, if you can't enjoy your training, you just don't train. You've got no. I just try and make it. We've got loud music playing. My voice is there's no PC, mate. I give it to everyone, and they can give it back to me, but they know they're going to cop it back.
If you give it to everyone equally, it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm 52. I'm the most competitive bugger in the world. I try and. They all try and beat me at the gym, mate. We set little targets. The rowing machine and what they call the ski erg's one of my favourite at the moment.
Those are mongrel dog things, those, aren't they?
We play different games, which you can play different setups on it, and maybe we get to a stage where we end up betting side monies left, right, and centre. So it's a little bit unusual for a gym, but it's going okay, mate. As you turn a bit older, mate, everything slows down a bit. So just get out there, and as you're doing I've seen you doing your intermittent fasting, mate. Just eating a little bit better. It certainly can keep the weight off. You still have a couple of beers, but my philosophy's always been drink hard, train hard. Get out of bed and go and do something.
Yeah, mate. If you're going to do one, you definitely you want to do the other. Like, especially if you're gonna drink hard, you got to bloody, you got to pay it back and in the gym or at least just get out.
Yeah, but also, mate, even if you have a massive feed, you might have a massive Chinese feed. Next day, get up and do something. Seriously, you lay around and feeling sorry for yourself, you're just going to get big and fat.
That's right. You've got to burn it out. You've got to put some output to it, don't you?
Get out there, mate. Whatever goes in's got to come out.
Are you watching much of the footy these days? What are your thoughts on the modern day game?
I've been lucky last year or so. I've been doing a little bit on Fox. I love to be doing commentary. I like doing sideline line because I do like watching the game. And I think under Bozo Fulton, he taught me how to read the game really well. And I don't think the game has changed that much. It's a basic game. If you don't drop the ball and you don't miss tackles, you end up winning the game. But mate, there's 3 men in the tackle. 2 referees does me head in. There's no equal there. Like there's some games there might be 20 penalties in the game. Who wants a game with 20 penalties?
No.
I just think the referees are taking too much out of the game. But I love watching great players play. I think Cameron Smith, to watch him live, Jonathan Thurston, to watch him live. But all these guys come after we retired. So it would have been interesting to see if they could come through when we were playing, when I thought it was our 2-man tackle, and it was game on every week.
Mate, the game's so fast. You reckon one referee could handle the game the way how fast it's played these days?
They do it in England, mate. I know our games. I reckon England's maybe someone's a little bit quicker the way they roll under the ball like tunnel ball. But
you reckon? Yeah.
But when you see a really good test match, it's only one referee. There's not 2 there. It's these guys have paid ridiculous money, do their job, and I just think also the players have to respect these referees as well. Get the standard 10 metres. There's a couple of things in the game which Junior, which I missed, and I made a name for myself doing, was the shoulder charge. I
missed that.
My thing is, if you hit anyone in the head, it's minimum
off.
6 weeks, okay? Minimum 6 weeks. And then I guarantee you do it once, you're going to be thinking about it. But if it's a shoulder, if you hit a guy head on, chest to chest, you run him out, turn the shoulder, hit you right in the middle of the chest, and put you on your backside, that is a bloody great tackle.
Well, mate, how many more people?
The shoulder charge.
That's right. Well, how many more people used to, that wouldn't watch footy would see highlights of even yourself or say Sonny Bill Williams ramming his shoulder at 100 mile an hour into someone's sternum legally, and as barbaric as it sounds, mate, it dragged eyeballs, dragged bums to seats, didn't it? Now it's kind of taken that element away, but not to bag the modern day game. Like obviously the athletes today are hectic. Their feet are faster, stronger. It's amazing to watch them, but with the pace of the game and with all the eyeballs on it, it's become a different. It doesn't feel like rugby league to me anymore when I watch it anyway.
A little bit different, mate. But you talk about tackles, and it should be on the highlight reel of every rugby league video that starts the year. This is what our game does. That tackle that Billy Slater did, and he nearly got suspended for it. That was his body was crazy, on the line.
Yeah.
Mate, that was a bloody great tackle. Like, to put your body on the line, you try and do that, he knocked him out of touch, and then the next thing they said, it's a shoulder charge. So I gave him full raps. So when you've got to be kidding, if I was a player, I'd be patting him on the back and saying, mate, well done,
100%.
Well, mate, talking about highlight reels, what about you? And you get asked everywhere you go about yourself and Chief. You had that running battle for a long time, mate.
We did.
That put bums on seats.
Oh, that made me. I wasn't really watching much footy back then, and when I saw that, I was just like, mate, when are they playing each other again? Like, I need to watch this. It was just one of the best and the last great rivals of rugby league.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, it's crazy. It all started back in '94 when I went to Manly. We were in a trial game, I don't know about you, Guru, but I know the junior. We do your weights, and you can't wait to wax someone, right? You've done all these weights for the pre-season anyway. First trial game, and I'm playing for Manly. My first time, I got to go out there and impress them. We're playing against Newcastle, but they play like reserve graders, and it was like, mate, to me, for a defender, it was like sharpshooting. It was like, mate, they just kept running to the right shoulder. And, mate, I hit this bloke so hard, and unfortunately, I did get him. I was a bit of a swinging arm, and they took it from there. Newcastle hated me ever since. I think the Chiefs said, like, from that moment, I'm going to take Mark Carroll on. So I remember I used to, circle in every year when I was playing against the Chiefs. But the build-up for those clashes, and the biggest one was back in '95. But a lot of people don't understand. Well, I'm playing for Australia, and my partner is Paul Harragon, my front row partner. Okay, yeah. He's supposed to be taking bullets for me. I'm supposed to be taking them for him. Mate, seriously, we won the game. The next training session on Monday, Bozo, who was my Australian coach, straight in the negative. Oh, Chief's going to bash you this week. Oh, like, Terry Hill spitting at me, Jeff Turby, the little midget, having a go. This might build up for a week. We're playing in '95. I'll just set the scene for you. 33,000 people, not the new stadium. This was the old stadium.
Yeah, they packed it in.
Right. It was unbelievable, Guru. And I remember, my old man, background, my dad used to be bass player for Johnny O'Keefe. Never played rugby league, but knew everything, right? And he used to ring me up day of a game and just go, get the first shot in, and then just hang up, right? My mum would ring me up. My mum's only 5 foot tall, and I was a 10-pound baby. She rings me up and goes, Mark, have a great game, but please don't hurt anyone. I'm going, Mum, you've got to be kidding me, ain't you?
Mate, away from Chief. Oh, yeah, sorry, keep going, mate. Yeah,
I'm going to keep going, mate. I think it gets better.
Mate, you can go all day. I thought you stopped. Keep going for 4 hours if you want.
No, I'll never stop. No, never stop. No, the thing is, it's about the build-up of why we hit each other, right? We go into the sheds. Back then, they used to pay someone to put water on the ground. Nothing worse when you get your ankle strapped size 15 and you're walking through a little bit of water, maybe nearly close to, nearly half an inch deep. We start the game, and I remember the first thing I did was like a face ball to our listeners. The ball goes across the defender, and I didn't care where the ball. I just went straight at the Chief. I've given him a bit of a shoulder charge. We ended up having a bit of a fisty. He did a dog act. He pulled the jersey over my head and went whack and hit me flush on a cut, which I already had 18 stitches in, right? So he got sent to the sin bin. I got sent to the blood bin, and I had to get. The bloke said, "Mate, I need you back on the Bozo's here." We need him back on the field. Anyway, Bozo at half time goes to me, Spudd, this ain't a personal war. I said, Bozo, you can go stick it up your ass. It's game on.
He's just told you all week he's going to belt you, and he's saying that.
Yeah, no, exactly, mate. He's just like playing mind games, But I still remember we packed into a scrum, and I've looked in the corner, and Hopewadi scored in the corner. As Chiefs turned his back, I've crow-pecked him on the back of the head. I said, you've got nothing, you dog. How about you run at me? Next thing, they reckon what happened, he said to Joey Johns, kick off, because I used to love taking the kick off, and Matty Johns always goes, no, don't do it. And anyway, he kicked straight to me, and thank God I turned, mate, because as he, on impact, I turned my shoulder, and he clocked an elbow, but he spun me 360, and I look at the video, and people are going, how the hell did you get off the ground, man? And I said, I'll tell you why. My old man is a hard man, and my old man always said to me, never show you hurt, always get up. And I was too scared of my old man jump the fence and kick me up the arse.
Mate, what a that was such a collision.
That was 95. We're talking, how many years was that? Minus whatever that is. That's 24 years ago, and people still talk about it.
Oh, no.
Mate, it's historical. It's like folklore, mate. It's one of the first things that people talk about with any rivalry is that rivalry. It was such a good part of history, of rugby league history.
And you're right, Egg. It was the last of that too. So that people are just dying for that sort of stuff. And as you said, Spud, the game's been cleaned up, and it's you don't see any of that sort of stuff anymore.
What were you like in between, Spud? In like when you weren't playing against him and you saw Chief at a function or something. What were you like? Was it cordial? Or?
Nah, it wasn't much. There wasn't much chit chat. But we did room together once when the Super League thing was trying to get going, you know? It was 1 week, right? We lasted 1 week together in a room. Like, before a game, just say Nick Kosovo, I'll grab him by the scruff of the neck, just give it on Nick. Mate, I'll tell you, this bloke was the worst roomie. Nothing worse when you're waking up in the morning, and I love waking up into the back cave, meaning closed. He just opened up the things, go bang, straight away. Then he started doing his little stretch, and I'm like, you are doing my head in, but... mate, to this day, mate, we've done a talk together. I wish we did it every week, mate. We had it captivated 450 people, knowing what went on. But I think he still hurts a bit that I think I got the better of him. And he did get me quite a few times, Guru. Don't get me wrong, mate. He got me a couple of good times, but thank God I got up that time when he tried to knock me out. Yeah. And people still talk about it. So, go figure.
Mate, you forwards, you guys take it too seriously. You've got to be like the backs, the wingers. We just go out there for a nice game of footy.
Mate, I tell you what, that's the best thing. I used to love winger in. Remember, that was the worst ever move.
Oh, I know.
Guru, but at least Guru, mate, when I was a kid growing up, right? My background is I'm from Greystones out the west suburbs of Sydney. I'm a para junior. I never played. I didn't get graded at Parramatta due to politics. I ended up playing rugby union and ended up playing for Penrith. That's how it all started. But as a kid, Parramatta wasn't my team. The days when Ray Price used to go up to his house and get an autograph every day. He hated me. I just kept getting an autograph, because I used to practice his signature. But when we take on the street, myself and my brother, Dean, we used to take on the street, and there'd be 8 kids in it. So me and my brother defending against 8 people, and I had the Undergrothe bump off. I used to drop them, mate, left, right, and the centre.
Oh, shit.
That was my favourite. The right bump off. But now I could do that when I was a child, but when I tried to do it as an adult, I got smashed.
Yeah, the game changed at that point, didn't it?
Yeah.
Who else apart from Chief, Spudd? Who was really tough that you was a bit of an unsung hero maybe, and you had to play, and you always thought, oh shit, this is going to be a tough day at the office?
No one.
You're very honest, mate. Chief brought the best out of me, and he says the same thing. Like, people say, do you ever get scared out there? No, you don't get scared. Do I used to get nervous? Yeah, I get nervous, but I'd be more nervous about losing. I hate losing, mate. I hate losing Monopoly. I just hate losing. So under Bozo, we lost 10 games in 4 years. We lost 3. We lost 1995 when we lost against the Bulldogs under that the bloody referee robbed us. Anyway, we got beaten the grand final. Mate, we lost 3 games that year, and one of them was a grand final. We had the best defence ever. It's just, but as I say, you got to lose one to win one, which I thought was a load of shit, but it's probably true because we did. We lost one, then we won the next one. But I got asked last year, Spudd, in the modern era, we call this the modern era now, who would you be up against? And I went straight away, 2 pommies. And then the 2 pommies would be Graham from St. George. I'd love to take him, but I tell you, Sam Burgess, he knows that too. I've told Sam face to face, mate, if we were playing these days, you would be Paul Harragon. I love the way Sam plays. I love the way he plays, mate. Yeah, he's great.
Mate, he's phenomenal, mate. Rolls his sleeves up, rips in, hits hard, hurts when he hits, hurts when he runs.
He's got mongrel. He's got the attitude. Yeah, he's a whole package, isn't he?
You guys take it too seriously. Way too seriously.
The full package.
You had a good dynasty there at Manly, mate. It was a great side for a number of years. And who was your favourite player that you played with?
Well, the reason why I went to Manly because I've seen Bozo and took my dad out. My dad was my manager back then. Frank Sant was there, and I think you had dealings with Frank over in the with the Australian side back there, Guru.
Yep.
And he had no idea who the hell I was. And he looked, and Bozo said, "Mate, we've got to sign this bloke." And I signed with Manly. I asked who we got. Dave Gillespie, Terry Hills. And I said, "Where do I sign?" He goes, "What about the money?" I said, "Don't worry about the money. I want to win a comp." And then he said to Frank, "Mate, we've got to sign this bloke, But the players I had there, Nick Kosef was one of my favourite. Beaver Menzies, on the outside of the cliff lines, the magic of there. But poor old Nick Kosef, he had dental floss knees, so he did 4 reconstructions.
Yeah, he had bad knees.
Every time he come back, mate, if he had Beaver's legs, he'd be still playing. He was a phenomenal player, mate. Tough. Then you had Owen Cunningham, and then out the back, you had Craig Innes, who come back from the New Zealand. I think it was even was he an All Black? I think he was a rugby union player, but geez, he could defend. Like usually rugby blokes can't even defend. Yep. And then we had Ridgie at the back, who was a pest, but geez, he was good.
You had Cement there too for a number of seasons.
Yeah, good, solid. Mate. I had Ian Roberts there for 1 year.
Yep.
I remember one time, I said to Bozo, "Mate, I'm not getting the hits. He goes, "Mate, they're going to get sick of running at Cement. They're going to get sick of running at Ian Roberts." and then they're going to run to you, and that's what ended up happening. But the main person who used to annoy me was Jeff Turvey used to annoy me. He'd get in there and Bose would be in me half. So, mate, get in and do your work. I said, I can't get in there. Turvey's like a dog on a bone. Like he was pound for pound the best hardest player I've ever played with.
Mate, Bill Harragon just said the same thing.
He's got cauliflower ears and he's a halfback.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy just said the same thing. We asked the question, who was a pest on the field. He said Jeff Turvey, but he said pound for pound he was the best player he'd seen.
Yeah, mate.
What a tough bastard.
He was, mate. But Tubes, thing about Bozo would get the sheriff. Unfortunately, now the sheriff's then passed away. He'd go and tell Tubes to say something to the referee, right, meaning Harragon, and you could see him going up there. And most times he didn't even speak to Tubes. He just nodded his head. And he didn't want to say it. He said, I don't want to keep saying what Bozo's saying. He just nodded his head as if he was talking, but he was like a ventriloquist.
Yeah.
A little puppet.
Mate, you got a thriving business with your gym and stuff. How long you had that for now? How long's that been going?
It's 14 years this year.
Wow.
It's quite incredible, actually. You look back at, when you play footy, I retired at the age of 32, and I really thought I was going to play till I was 100. I really wanted to. And then I've always had the background of, my dad always made me work. I always sold office stationery of all bloody things.
Yeah, I remember that.
And even to this day, mate, I don't know how, but they keep giving me commission. I haven't been there for 10 years, so I keep getting commission in the bank. I go, yeehaw, here. But then I think with, you look at things in life, how things happen. Like, after 97 grand final, and I signed to play for the London Broncos in the Super League over there, and I'm thinking this is going to be the newest thing. And I went over there, mate. I had probably the wrong attitude, thinking it was going to be easy.
Yeah.
And the side we had was pretty crap. The coach had no idea. I go from a side that's only lost 10 games in 4 years to a side, and every 2 weeks you're going up the M1, and the first couple of weeks is unreal, right? But then every second week, it was a great experience, and I came back and I played for South Sydney 1999, which was my final year. They ended up collapsing and that, but the crazy thing about that was when I met Russel Crowe. If I hadn't met him, all this wouldn't be going now, Guru.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, he's had a good little friendship. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just the way that sort of set up was that before a game I was a bit of a nutcase. I don't want anyone in my shed walking in I don't know. And next thing, Tom Cruise walks in, and I looked across. I went, bloody Tom Cruise! I said, God, he's pretty. He was really nice. He had really nice hair. And Russell walked in after him. They were mates back then. And I don't know. I didn't know who he was. And they said, oh, it's Russell Crowe. I said, get out of here. I don't want him in the sheds. Anyway, this is how we met. Next thing, after the game, I always had a colour under my eye. He came up, he goes, how you going? I said, yeah, good, mate. And I love watches. He had a Submariner Rolex. And I said, mate, I dig your watch. I didn't know who he was. He goes, oh, thanks very much. It's my favourite watch. I said, mate, it is my favourite watch. I'm going to get one of those one day. Anyway. So we exchanged numbers, mate. He'd ring me all the friggin' time and ring up. And one time, Monique, my wife, was in the car, and I answered the phone. Hello, he goes, here you go, mate. And Monique looked, he goes, Russel Crowe. I said, mate, he rings every day. He's a nutcase. Anyway, I'd retired from rugby league. I found it very hard to let go of rugby league. And my wife, Monique, was doing the cheerleading back then at South Sydney. I went to one game a year to watch South and St. George play. I don't know why it was only this one game. And Russell was in the crowd, and he said, mate, you're looking pretty fit. And I was doing a bit something. I said, oh, yeah. You just want to play rugby league? And I said, no. And I did that for 3 years in a row. And when I turned 36, he asked me, and I said to him, you ring me tomorrow, I'm going to give you an answer. So I get home, I ring Des Hazard up, my old mate Des, the old tight ass Des. And Desi's going, oh, Spudd, mate, don't tell him you want the money. Tell him you want to get to his network. He's going to ask you why. I then went and spoke to Monique. I said, oh, Russell wants to play rugby league again for Rara Valley Axemen up at Coffs Harbour. And Monique goes like this, just go and bash someone and get it out of your system. As I said, I found it very hard. Tell long story short, I played 12 games. Grand final night, when the presentation night, I got an award. His mother gave it to me, and it was a Rolex watch.
Wow.
Thank you.
How good's that? Good on you, Rusty.
Mate.
What a champ.
Yeah, unreal, mate. And then from then to the people listening on this great podcast, mate, I ended up looking after him for about 7 years. I did a movie with him over in Toronto, Canada, which was a magnificent place. I love to go back to Toronto. A movie called Cinderella Man.
Oh, yeah?
With Ron Howard was the director on Monkey Ass. Remember him from Happy Days?
Yeah.
The great Angelo Dundee was he was there to show them how they used to box back then in the 35s, in the 1930s. And, mate, just to be in his presence, to meet someone like Renee Zellweger, Paul Giamatti. Mate, I pinch myself every day going, I can't believe I met all these people, you know?
So you were doing the bodyguard stuff, were you? Or?
Yeah, mate, I just walk down the street and hold my breath and try and scare someone with my eyes. Didn't I? Mate, you don't, mate, no, you know the crazy thing about someone like a superstar like Russel Crowe, right? He can go anywhere in the world and he'll get recognised. China, Japan, it's bloody, it's unbelievable, mate. But all they want, they're just so excited to meet him, and it's like a rugby league player as well. Like, you know, their kid might come up there, or someone might say, "Oh, Spudd, can I get an autograph?" Mate, if I can put a smile on someone's face, Russell does it every day.
Yeah.
But he's so giving. Just regards, when people are around him, and his vision, mate. We're going back to Spudd's gym. This is how it all started. I found this gym for him, and I went and seen him at 9 o'clock in the morning, and he looked at me and he goes, "I think you should turn this into your own business." I went, "What?" He goes, "Mate, I've seen what you do with 150 people on set. I think you should open up your own business."
Yeah.
He goes, "What do you want to call it?" I went, "Call it?" Mate, this shocked me. He goes, "Mate," I said, Braddock. So I like the name. James Braddock was the boxer in Cinderella Man. He goes, "Nah, it's got to be called Spuds." Next thing he drew the font of Spuds, and it's been there ever since, mate. So
wow.
his vision, I send him an email every year, and if I had a bell there, mate, I'd probably, 9,500 visits a year, maybe.
Yeah.
That's. I wish they were all individual, but some people come 3 times a week, 4, whenever. But just to say they come to the gym, and I just say to them every year, "Thanks for the vision, mate," because I wouldn't know what I wanted to do.
That's great, mate. What a nice thing for him to do, because it is so bloody hard when you finish footy. You're out in the wilderness all of a sudden, aren't you? It's like you've learnt only that skill set for so long that even I remember when I first stopped, like even things like going out and filling out a withdrawal slip or a deposit slip at the bank or going to the post office, and I was like, shit, I've never had to do this. They did everything for us. Like getting anxiety walking into a friggin' post office. Like it's just they don't prepare you for real life, do they?
No,
they're getting better now. Because of Andrew Ryan and blokes like that, they're making sure that the transition's a lot smoother now, but it's just so bloody hard.
Yeah, but I think when I was coming through, the money was good, but I look at blokes when the guys are coming through, like I said, Ray Price, one of my favourite players, Terry Randall, the money they were on was like pittance. Everyone had to work, and that's why my dad always made me work. And I don't know how many times I say to these guys, go and get a little job, even go and work in the club, pour a beer and look at the person who's paying your wage to say, "Thank you, mate, enjoy your beer," give something 100%. Back in. But no, some of these guys who can't play are on 800 a year, 800,000. Mate, they're not saving anyone's life. Oh, mate, the money these days does me head in. But good luck to them. You're only in the game for a short time. Am I jealous? Yes.
Mate, what do you think of the, currently rugby league's taking a bit of a bashing sort of leading up to this season and stuff, the what's been happening off the field. What do you think of all that?
Well, I love, today, Mal Meninga come out. He was a great leader of, 4 Kangaroos tours. Yep. He's an immortal. He's got some presence in the game, and I love his stance today because I've been saying it. These guys, sure, they're saying they're not guilty, but mate, they put the game in disrepute because they got photographed outside, coming out of a police station, front page, back page. Seriously, I don't think they should be playing until I know they're going to say, but they're not guilty, but they brought the game in disrepute. And I love what Mal said. If there was an Australian side, the Bellin wouldn't get picked straight away. He did the same with Greg Inglis when he got done for DUI. Mate, he was captain of his country. He put him to the bench. He said, "Mate, you're not playing." That's his stance, and I'm all for it. Yeah,
not guilty until proven, eh?
Yeah, but Guru, listen to me, mate. As a kid, you're growing up, right?
Yeah.
You want to play rugby league at the highest level, be taught basics in life. The basics of life are this. You don't ever raise your hand to a woman. You never touch a woman. That's period. That is it. Mate, you want to do that, go and touch a bloke. Don't touch women, mate.
Yeah, no, good point. That's true.
Yeah, mate, it all depends on, I guess, the outcome. It's, what's scary is, what's scary? Like, if they've done it, fucking throw the book at them. Fucking hell, it's a piece of shit
Mate, they're
move.
gone.
But if they haven't,
Mate,
what happens to the girl? Nothing.
Jail, mate.
Yeah, but what happens if, say, for instance, let's say, and it's happened before, I've seen it happen, people close to me, just say, and I don't know anything about this particular case, but let's just say, for argument's sake, that the girl or a girl in a similar situation has just made it up, which has happened before. How come nothing really ever seems to happen to them, hey? Like, it's such a damning thing to say if it hasn't happened, and obviously if it has, throw the book at them, but if it hasn't, like, that's ruined their reputation. They always say any publicity is good publicity. That publicity is not fucking good publicity at all.
Definitely not.
I just think, there's been a couple, like, you hope this, the Bell, and you hope it's not true, mate, because that's just bloody awful, Yeah, but the thing is, the other guys, and the crazy thing about it makes me laugh, is that the next day, just say they've had an assault with either their girlfriend or partner, as they like to say, their partner. The next day, the girls wake up going, oh, my God, what are we doing here if I don't get paid? So then they come out holding hands with their partner. That did me head in.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Spudd, you away from your gym and away from the business side of things, you're starting to get into some hovercrafting, aren't you?
No, it's not hovercraft. It's called jet skiing, my friend.
Yeah, it's
mate. Yeah. Well, it's probably one of the best things I've done, actually. I mean, like I said, it's not a midlife crisis. I've always liked going fast. I've had all the bloody Commodores, but now this thing's jet ski. You can go as fast as you want on the water, inside the zones, 4 knots and 8 knots. Outside of 8 knots, give it some. So it's something I do every weekend, mate. I go down. We live 10 minutes to the water, in and out. I can go to Gosford in 30 minutes. Like, you try and go by car, peak hour. I get there in 30 minutes. Most Sundays I go there for a coffee, have something to eat. It's absolutely ridiculous, Junior.
That's flying.
Last year I took this guy, his name's Homicide, right? Corey Williams. He's a guy from New York City. He used to be a street baller. I think that's basketballer. Anyway, this guy, he dresses immaculate. And I went on Bill and Boz, and I straight into him about his white shoes, and he had to go. So, who are you? I said, I'm Spudd, Carroll, blah, blah. Anyway, from there, I thought to myself, mate, I'm going to pick my act up. I'm going to go on, when I go on TV, I'm going to wear a collar and tie, nice jacket, pocket square. I'll go on fire with this guy. And I said to him, Homicide, what's going on with your nickname? He goes, because when I'd play you, I'd kill you. That's how he was. He was an amazing ball player in York. So I said, mate, you've never been to a game of rugby league. I'm taking your first game of rugby league. You know where I took him? I took him on the back of the jet ski from Bayview all the way to Gosford. South were playing the Raiders.
No way, that's amazing.
I took him on the back of the jet ski, mate. It was the most amazing time, right? And I remember I said to Russell, I'm taking this guy, and Russell gave him a full-on jersey, hat, and all this stuff. So they got good, great coverage. Just shows you another way going to the footy. But, oh, my God, I've had some experiences on the jet ski. I've had a couple of good falls. You think water's soft. It's like concrete sometimes if you're going too fast. But
depending
to anyone out there, if you want to get one, please be careful. And wear a life vest, God.
What made you get into that? What made you start doing it?
It was down the dog park near where I live, mate. They're all lined up. There's about 6 of them. How funny was this? I got a card off this bloke, and Monique goes, it'd be great for you and Josh to do. I said, that would be good. She goes, you work all week. Weekends go out there. So I rang this place up and I said, oh, mate, I need to get a license, a boat license, and a PWC, private watercraft. So I went out there and he goes, mate, there's one on tonight. I went, whereabouts? He goes, Penrith RSL. Mate, miles away. So there's about $350. There's myself and Josh and about 18 different nationalities. And the funniest thing was this, right? It was supposed to go for 3 hours, and this little white guy's up the top, and he's doing the pointer pen. And after about half hour, he stops and goes, okay, guys, so we're going to have a bit of a break for 10 minutes. And this big Lebanese bloke gets up and goes, mate, F that, mate. He said, mate, do you believe how good the bistro is here? Can we please hurry up, mate? We got done in 45 minutes.
Yeah,
Next thing, I've got a boat licence. I've got a PWC. I went into some place in Blacktown. I said, mate, his name was Tway. I said, you Tway? He goes, you're Mark Carroll. I said, yeah, mate. I want to buy a jet ski. And he pointed to one. It was the biggest, 300 horsepower, 0 to 100 in 4 seconds.
Oh, stop it.
Giddy up.
How did you when you took him to the game on the jet ski? Where did you leave it? Did you get wet? Like, did you have to walk in wet, or what's the go?
No, we took a change of clothes. There's a place as you go from Palm Beach across past the Lion Head, there's a place there, right? Sometimes it's flat, but sometimes they call it Box Head. It's only shallow, but my God, they can get a wave out of it. There's blokes surfing out there getting towed in. Mate, it's an amazing experience. But we just had a change of clothes. I got out him a jersey. But the crazy thing was coming back. Josh was going to come and pick us up, and I'm thinking, oh, no, I'm going to come back on the jet ski. It's too far for Josh to go. So I said, Homicide, we're going to get to half-time. 10 minutes after half-time, we're going back, but we've got to beat that thing. It was the sun going down. It was in winter.
Yeah,
so we had
shit.
And I jumped on as quick as I could. I had my dress shirt on. I had a vest on. And I'd take off, mate. I took off that quick. And next thing, he got a bit too close to me a couple of times. And I went, hey, get away from me, big fella. You know, they talk about New York blokes, my God, and dark. But Jesus Christ, mate, what an experience. He still talks about it when I see him. It was the best ever. But it was just a great way to go to the rugby league.
Yeah, that's such a different way to do it. Absolutely, that would have been amazing.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
yeah,
Spudd,
anyway,
we've got to wrap it up, mate. We thank you so much for coming on and talking to us, mate. I know you're busy doing your thing, mate, so we appreciate it very much.
No, we'll do it. I'm here for you, mate. But boys, look forward to having a beer with you when I see you sometime.
Yeah, we're going to got to get Junior to one of the kangaroo reunions, mate, and get him onto it.
Mate, you got to make one, Junior.
I was going to them every year. But mate, like I know, and every time I say this, everyone says, "Shut up, it's not about that." But I played one test against France.
Doesn't matter.
I know, but I guess I've gone away from
there, mate. Just get there because you get free beer, free food, and mate, it's one of the best days. I obviously love it. And the thing is, they changed it around last year, Guru. They've changed it around to a better date.
Yep.
And with Mal in the leadership there, mate. You play for your country. Like as a kid, you dream about it. You did it. Get there, mate.
Absolutely.
I will, mate. Good talk. Nah, thanks heaps, Spudd, mate. I'll stay in touch and we'll get you on any more, mate, just to get your opinion on stuff because you're always watching your finger on the pulse. So
let's do it through the year, mate. I'm available. Give me a ring.
Good stuff. Thanks, Spudd.
Thanks, mate.